I am Dr. Nidhi Khare. Students, it is very important to understand span of control and organizational structure when describing an organization. Now simply, span of control, as you all know, it was discussed in the previous lecture, that span of control refers to the number of subordinates under the manager's direct control. Now, as an example, you can see here a manager with 5 direct reports has a span of control of 5. Too many or too few direct reports is a good way to view how efficient an organization is, as long as it is looked at in the context of the company's organization structure. As you can see here, this example shows an executive team structure with a narrow span of control. So, how many direct reports can a manager have? So, is there any optimal number? Now, what needs to be considered is the nature of the work that subordinates are performing and how much attention each requires. Now, for example, at a call center, the span of control can be numbers over 100, while executive functions with high degrees of collaboration and interaction could productively tolerate no more than 3 or 4. As you can see here, so the nature of the work being performed and how much attention it requires should govern the assignment of personnel to a manager and not some industry ideal goal. Now let's expand a little more on the concept of span of control. An organization is characterized by the presence of a number of levels and departments. But more the levels are created, more will be the administrative cost due to the additional staff required, and more will be the difficulty to be encountered in communication and controlling. This is basically the problem of deciding the number of subordinates to report directly to each manager. According to this principle, there is a limit of the number of subordinates that each manager can effectively supervise. So while we are addressing span of control, let's also broaden our understanding to see it in the context of the organizational structure levels of hierarchy. Organization structures can be described as wide, that is with larger span of control, or narrow, that is with smaller span of control. As you can see here, wide span of control versus narrow span of control. Now, as there are levels of management or hierarchy, an organization may be tall, that is with many levels, or flat, that is with fewer levels. As you can see in this example, flat organizations have a wide span of control and tall organizations have a narrow span of control. While there are pros and cons with both tall and flat structures, a company's structure must be designed to suit the business, that is the customer and markets, and in a way that fits with the workforce's capability. So let's discuss the pros and cons of these 4 types. Coming to the characteristics of a flat organizational structure, that is having a wide span of control. Let's discuss the pros first. Encourages delegation. Now, managers must better delegate to handle larger numbers of subordinates and grant opportunities for subordinates to take on responsibilities. Agile. It improves communication, speed, and quality. It reduces costs, more cost effective because of fewer levels, thus requiring fewer managers. Prevents disengagement. It helps prevent the workforce from disengaging by focusing on empowerment, autonomy, and self-direction. Coming to the cons of a flat organizational structure. High managerial workload. It comes with high span of control. Role confusion is likely, rather more likely, and may cultivate distrust of management. Now let's see the characteristics of a tall organizational structure, which has a narrow span of control. Coming to the pros. Now the pros are better communication, a more rapid communication between small teams. Small groups are smaller and easier to control and manage. There is a greater degree of specialization and division of labor. More and more better opportunities for employee promotion. Now coming to the cons, communication can take too long, hampering decision making. Prevents problem solving. Now problems may develop and prevent cross-functional problem solving. Affects employees, as employees may feel lost and powerless. So as you saw, the organization's structure dictates the span of control you are going to assign to managers. So whether you choose a tall or flat structure should depend on your business and serving your customers, and while each structure has its pros and cons, the best way for you to model and visualize the organization is with the organization chart. Organization chart gives you the ability to model and visualize the organization and to automate the process. Thank you.